Today, we're using AI to teach you how this actually gets implemented.
Like Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce, IBM, Duolingo, HP, Accenture, like all those people went through this process. 71,000 jobs that are that have been lost directly attributed to people firing to replace them with AI.
AI gives us the ability to have a partner or a buddy or whatever you want to call it that helps you work on it. This absolutely changed my life.
This is the real talk on what's working, what's failing, and what it takes to win in the restaurant industry. Welcome to Pillar Mindset.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pillar Mindset, where we are learning what you are learning. We're sharing everything that we're doing here at F&P and having fun doing it. It's one of our non-negotiables, John. Give back to our community. This is our way to giving back to our industry and our community here at F&P Media. We're doing it through knowledge, and we're also doing it through fun activities. One of the funnest days in our company is coming up. John, it's been a while since you've been part of this. Miracle Treat Day. What do you know about Miracle Treat Day?
Oh, it's a beautiful day to give back.
Yes, it is.
And get a blizzard in return.
That's exactly right. I'm very proud to announce that F&P Brands has been raising over $100,000 a year for children in need here in the Rio Grande Valley. And Miracle Treat Day is coming up July 30th. It's one of the funnest days. All of our restaurant leadership gets excited about this day. We have really fun competitions and seeing who can raise the most funds, seeing who can make the most people smile that day, and make sure that we're doing our part in giving back. So Miracle Treat Day at all of our Dairy Queens. This is a Dairy Queen initiative. We're just a franchisee that is doing our best to carry this out and give back in a great way to Children's Miracle Network. These proceeds go directly to Driscoll Children's Hospital. Really, really neat stuff. We invite y'all to come out to the Dairy Queen on July 30th, buy a blizzard. We will be giving out, and we'll be donating a portion of the proceeds to children's in need. So that's Miracle Tree Day on July 30th. We also have some very fun, exciting news on the Live Currency podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well. That's coming up right around the corner.
Really, really happy about this. I'm not sure whose idea. Well, actually, this was a collab with Driscoll.
Yeah, they actually reached out.
Yeah, which was super, super humbling and awesome to see.
Incredible.
We heard from Driscoll about putting a pod together. So before I share the details on that pod, I a couple years ago shared that when I was a young buck running around trying to play slam ball. Do you remember slam ball?
Yeah,
slam
I do.
ball on the,
I do remember slam
ball. 10 years old playing slam ball. We're outside and my buddy tells me, hey, let's go inside. We just bought the new, and I'm pretty sure it was like NCAA, right? And he's like, let's go inside and go play NCAA. And it feels crazy because when I think back, I felt like I was old. And I think back, and I was like, no, I was 10 years old. 10 years old, right? Playing slam ball. Super athletic. Going down, and he tells us, this is the last one. And I said, okay, fine, last one. Anyways, run, jump, dunk the ball, hold on a little too long, put my arm back out, and there goes my wrist, elbow, and
Wow, is that what that scar is?
Yes, that's exactly what this scar is. That's what this scar is. All of that. Shredded to pieces. I had a decision to make. It was either surgery here or surgery here, and I chipped my elbow. Funny story, while I was laying there, I remember them moving my arm, but they were grabbing my wrist because they could see that this was broken, but they never saw that this was broken. So
they could see that it was
just
broken.
Yeah, they could see this was broken because it literally the bones like twisted, right? So they had to put it back in. It was like a spiral fracture or something like that. Anyway, so I had to get surgery here or here. Ended up getting surgery here, but that's not the story. That happened at Driscoll. So I was a Driscoll baby and had multiple surgeries up in Corpus. We now in the Rio Grande Valley have a children's hospital here locally, state of the art.
Beautiful one.
And not too long ago, John, I had another run-in with Driscoll.
With Lenzda, right?
Well, you're right. That was another one.
Yeah.
You're right, with Lenzda and Isabella. It's very real. It's very very much present. It's part of our lives, and it's just a full circle moment when we give back to these organizations and the incredible healthcare team that's doing this work. But we welcomed Leonardo, and Leonardo. I won't bore you all with the details, but in hindsight, very very happy, healthy baby. But the first 3 days of life, he spent a good bit in what I'm going to call a little nice hotel, little resort
Okay.
called the NICU.
Oh,
The
yeah.
NICU over at Driscoll Hospital. And so you can imagine what all the emotions that run through
A
a
lot.
parent's head, right, going through that. But let me take this time and just say, what an incredible experience. The team at Driscoll just made us feel so welcomed. They made us feel so heard. It really, you go in there and it's a state-of-the-art facility. One,
Yeah.
I mean, just the basics. I don't even know how they get a little IV in these little guys, right? I mean,
It's
they're day
pretty
one
wild.
and
Yeah,
they're able
all the little things they
to
do.
prick them and stuff. And so you're going through there, but that's not the impressive part to me. It's not the state-of-the-art technology. It's how they make you feel as a person, and they're so human about what's happening. They understand that mom just had a baby, dad is worried about baby, worried about mom, and man, I just, in the midst of all of that, it was one of the scariest days or scariest weeks of my life. But it was just so rewarding to be there. And of course, I didn't tell a single soul. Like I'm
I
not
didn't know about it.
going around saying,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't tell anybody else. I didn't tell anybody there. I'm not like, oh yeah, I donated to Driscoll or whatever. No, it's a full circle moment, and I just felt so proud to know, one, we were out of there happy and healthy, and they did an incredible job. But two, that all the work at F&P Brands, all the work in our restaurants, all the work with our team members, our management team, I mean that really makes a difference, and it made a difference in my life that week. I don't know any other way to say it, and so I'm really happy to announce Miracle Treat Day, and I'm also happy to announce that we will be hosting Matt Woltoff, president of Driscoll Children's Hospital, on the Life Currency podcast. This Life Currency podcast will be co-hosted by Laurie Lozano, which is my mom.
Let's go.
And go mom. And she's also the president of Driscoll Children's Hospital Development Foundation Board. So 2 different roles here within Driscoll. Really excited to have Laurie as a co-host, and I'm elated and honored to host Matt on the Life Currency podcast. This podcast will be released on July 23rd. So check it out. If you want to learn more about philanthropic efforts, if you want to learn more about how Driscoll makes an impact here locally, and I'm just excited for the conversation, man. I think being able to share a real life story, being able to be part of the philanthropic effort, and then having them in our media project, I mean, dude, it's real life. I mean, we're making a real difference. It's cool.
For real.
It's really cool stuff. So a lot of announcements today, but Miracle Treat Day is a fun day, July 30th. Life Currency Podcast, July 23rd. Go check it out. You won't regret it. Okay, back to the good stuff here, John. On Pillar Mindset, we share some of the most important thoughts, strategies, data that we are learning here at F&P. And today we have, I always come up with the cheesiest words when I'm on this thing. I was about to say
What do you got?
doozy.
A doozy?
We have a doozy.
That's a good one. I use that one.
Yeah, a doozy. Yeah. Man, what did I say? Whippersnappers.
That's the one that I think is. Yeah.
Oh my God, hey, dude, I got a treasure chest of interesting words. But yeah, we've got a doozy of information today regarding AI, artificial intelligence. We have launched a new service here at F&P Brands. You can check it out at foodandpeople.ai. We are living, breathing, eating AI. And the reason why, and the best way I can describe it, is that in our company, the way we've always operated, we've learned these things from either books that we read, conferences that we attend, or just from our founders, Robert and Laurie, things that they teach us. But I want to share today 2 concepts that are kind of similar in what they're teaching, but they play kind of different roles, and it goes right hand in hand with AI. So the first one, grinders, minders, and finders. Every healthy company should have all 3, right? So if you just look at it in literal terms, you have to have functions in the company that are more grinding, right? The people that are doing the work and the task every single day. And I say the people, but it's really all of us, right? I do a lot of grinding here at our company on certain tasks and certain goals. And it's whether it's running and crunching numbers, whether it's running and putting P&Ls together, reports together. I mean, we're selling the blizzards, we're serving the customers. I mean, that's the grind, right? That's the grit that you have to have, and every company has to have it. There's no such thing as a company without that daily grind. You hear that a lot, right? The next one is minders, okay? So you've got to have management. You've got to have people that are using their brains to think about what's the best way that we can be going about things here, right? So 100%. Managing the business, making good decisions, calling the shots on a day-to-day basis, letting us know where we're going, where we're headed, how are things here at the company. And you've got to have this component in order for the day-to-day grind to either improve or not take steps backwards and to do the best that they can, right? So you've got grinders, minders, and then the one that helps and promotes growth in the company is finders, right? Finders. And I did not coin this. I think we were looking up somebody
David
did, right?
Meister.
David Meister.
Yeah. In his book, Managing the Professional Service Firm.
Interesting. So David might have a little bit of a different approach to this concept. I know I've heard other people approach it in different ways, but what we're talking about here are 3 qualities that you need to have as a leader in a company and what the whole company should have as a whole. And I'll give you some examples, and if you focus on just one of them, there's some serious consequences. So before we get into that, the finders part, finding new information, finding new tools, going out into the market and saying, what can help our company run better? Go bring it back to the minders, tell the minders, hey, figure out how we can use this. It's good stuff. I went and found this. Minders start thinking about how do we use it? How do we implement it in our day-to-day? Then they train and coach the grinders, and they start to implement in the day-to-day business, right? So that's kind of the path there. And every successful company needs to have this. It's really important. And I also will say that every successful and genuine leader needs to be willing to do all 3.
Oh yeah.
You need to balance your day part.
The
right?
many hats.
Yeah, the many hats, and man, it's so important. Like when you get thinkers and that are also doers, super powerful.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a running joke that like sometimes like, oh, my finger hurts, because you're like, oh, just out here telling people what to do, and that's it. You gotta rest my finger, right?
Too much delegation.
Yeah, too much delegation, right? But if you're just delegating and not doing any lifting, then you're not leading by example, right? So
100%.
There's a lot of these different aspects of the company. But today we're using AI to teach you how this actually gets implemented, right? So, and it's it's multifaceted, right? But I think I used Placer AI. I remember exactly when I saw Placer AI. I don't know the year that it came out, but I was at a conference and I walked up to a guy at a booth and he showed me Placer AI. Placer AI, correct me if I'm wrong, John, but it's a real estate tool. Is that correct?
I am looking into that right now.
It's the one that when I first heard of an AI tool.
Location intelligence and foot traffic analytics company. Yep, exactly that.
So Placer AI was where I first heard of a software provider that uses AI. I remember exactly where I was standing, and it was fascinating stuff. And I thought, man, how do they crunch this stuff so fast? How are they putting this together? And then I asked them for the price.
Oh yeah, what do we got?
That's the last time I talked to that guy. I don't have enough volume to be able to pay for this stuff, right? You need to have transactions and volume in real estate to be able to afford something like this. Now, the realtor or the broker that's doing this on a daily basis, buying and selling, maybe makes sense. Maybe he offers it as a service to people that he's transacting for. But we here at F&P weren't transacting enough volume at the time to justify bringing on something like this. I'm going to guess that their pricing is a little bit more affordable today. I really don't know. And I don't, to answer your question, I don't remember the exact price.
It's like $5K to $30K a year. No.
Now?
Yeah.
I think it was more.
Is it more?
No.
Oh, it was more.
Was more.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This was a while
I would
back.
assume so, yeah.
This is a while back. What year does it say that it came out? Can we look that
founded
up?
in 2018.
Yeah, so it's a while back. Yeah, exactly. And when I saw it, I told myself, I'm out there finding what's the next thing that I can bring to the company, right? And I told myself, you know what, sounds like really great information, but when it comes to software, sometimes it's really tough to be the first one to adopt it
Yeah.
because we know that there's updates, right? Speaking of updates in AI, what was that data point that you shared with Spotify?
With Spotify?
Remember about their updates that they're doing on a daily basis?
Oh yeah, they're doing like 5,000 pushes to their main repo a day. What that means in layman's terms is that they're pushing anywhere between like 500 and 5,000 updates company-wide to their actual production level software. And now it's crazy because what AI has given them is the opportunity for executives to now come up with an idea and execute on the idea and then push it to production within the same day. Whereas before it was meeting after meeting and then getting down to the developers who were sitting there and making it into reality, and then going up to QA level and getting it quality assured, and then going back to developers for edits, then back to executives for checks. And so now has been condensed to, let me think it, let me build it, and let me push it. And that's it, which is crazy to really think about.
So think it, build it, and push it. Finding, minding, and grinding, right?
Now
you're
is the
thinking
powers
it, going,
and
finding it, then you're building it, you're minding it, creating it, and then you're pushing it out, right? And that's the day-to-day pushes and stuff. And so that's another way to say it. But the same thing when I'm out here looking for Placer AI and hearing things like that, I know that AI is rampant right now, and a lot of people are using it in a lot of different ways. But I was out there finding, right? I didn't bring this one back. I brought back the concept, and I remember thinking, and 2018 sounds right because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I felt like, there's some new technology out there. It motivated me. I bring it back and I said, I've got to learn about this. So I think I bookmarked it and then looked into it, didn't adopt it, but started to, at that time, change the way I was thinking because it felt like revolutionary technology, right? I don't know where Placer AI sits today and whether it's good for your business or not, but we were talking about finding, minding, and grinding. So there's other things where, as a leader in the company, that you're going out there and looking and saying, what can help our company? So with AI, just as a general concept, I remember where I was. I was in my home when ChatGPT released. I think it was literally hours of its, or minutes of its release. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was evening time, Central Time here. It was in the evening, and I think I told you this, John, but
Yeah.
I put some type of, this was cheesy, but it was my attempt, right? At the time, I had never heard of AI or ChatGPT, something like this, but I attempted to write a love letter, or I asked it to write a love letter. And love letter sounds stupid or corny, but it's because I was thinking of this technology understands emotions, or like it can understand like context, right? It was different than normal technology.
It was writing, which was crazy.
Yeah,
at that time, which is
it was
funny to
nuts.
look back on, right? Because it's so simplistic versus where it is.
So I picked a country because I thought it would provide certain context from that country.
Yeah.
And then I picked age and said, write to this female in a different country and at a different age, a love letter, right? And I just saw it typing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's something going on here, right? So that's me there kind of finding. I usually do this in the wee hours of the night. I'm there researching, looking for stuff. And I just remember thinking, oh man, I don't know the extent of ChatGPT, but we've got to use this. So I ran over to the rest of my family and told them, hey, I know y'all are all having dinner. I was literally almost out of breath. I was like, I know y'all are all having dinner. You got to see this. And they're like, what? And so I show them a love letter, and they're like, what the hell am I looking at?
What is going on?
Yeah, they're like, what is going on? We're eating dinner. And I was like, no, you don't understand. It's crazy. I told it to this country, and like it wrote it in seconds or whatever. And they're like, well, that's cool. And it's not to undermine anybody in my family, but it was, they weren't in finding mode, right?
Yeah. Well, fast forward, now Robert uses it like crazy.
Crazy,
Yeah.
right? Laura uses it, Robert uses it, they all use it. Yeah, that was years ago. What was the year? What was the date? We've got to have a date, right? There was a release date for ChatGPT for sure. 22, we have a
Is
guess.
it 22? I think it was. I think you're correct. I think it was 22. That's immediately. I hopped on it the second it came out as well.
That sounds right.
November 30th, 2022. Yeah.
Wow, very
Good
good, very good.
Go Andy.
So that's the day. That's the day that I ran over and communicated my
Day that changed everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So there I am finding. Now comes the minding part, right? Got to get into business and say, well, I know this thing can write. I know that it can crunch some data, but really it was a writing tool at that time.
Yeah, emails.
Yeah.
General kind of copy checks on yourself.
Yep.
Essays. That was the big thing, right? Schooling was like, what are we going to do? Everybody's writing essays in 2 seconds now.
Then people were talking about policy, legal terms, policy pages, stuff like that, right? So then go to work the next day and start to figure out how we can use this. And that's the minding part, looking at what we're doing today, looking at what I already found. I found this new technology, and I'm now figuring out how to apply it, right? Once we figured out some ways, then the grinding starts, and you use it over and over and over and over to improve the business. So a pretty simple concept that maybe you hear this and go, well, duh, that's how business works. Not a lot of people apply this, and I want to share one more real quick. Working in the business and working on the business. This absolutely changed my life. It's changed my life in the greatest way. I apply this not only at business, I apply it in my personal life, I apply it in my relationships, I apply it in everything we do. So working in the business, and I use sports a lot because it's the easiest, but you go and play the game, and then, did you play sports?
Yeah, basketball.
Okay, so basketball, it depends on, I guess, on the team, but did y'all watch film?
No,
not as much, right? Yeah, it wasn't as much. I felt like it was more popular in football for some reason.
It's definitely a football thing.
Yeah. Well, my guess is that you could have been a better basketball player if you watched film.
I agree with that. I might be doing that.
Yeah. So in the business is playing the game, and then on the business is going watching the film and saying, how did I do, right?
Yeah.
How did I play in there, and what can I do better? So very basic concept, but it's will change the trajectory of your personal life. It'll change the trajectory of your business. So when you're in the business, it's serving the customers, making the burgers, serving the fries, selling the AI product. You're transacting with customers. You're making people happy. You're being hospitable. You're making money. You're doing everything it takes to run the business. Well, you've got to find some time to stop and say, how is it that I'm doing this? And what do I need to do different? What do I need to stop doing, right? Where do I need to simplify? Where do I need to reiterate and reinvent some of our processes? So, and you bounce that back and forth, and you try to find a balance. Same thing with finders, minders, and grinders. You find a balance. How much time do I need to spend grinding? How much time do I need to spend minding? And then how much time do I need to spend finding? And it always changes. It's not a perfect recipe. You don't just bake it in and say this is. When the company changes, you start to change how much you're doing of each. So in the business and on the business, simple but life-changing. It'll change the trajectory of your company. If you only work in it, what will happen if you only work in it, Andy?
On the spot.
She said, oh, only in it. If you only work in the company, can't grow. That's exactly right. What happens if you only work on it?
Well, there's not much of a business at that point.
Yeah, exactly, right? You've got a business on paper. It's a business plan, but it's not a real business, right? So you've got to balance the two. And I think the best entrepreneurs kind of kick both of these into gear all the time, right? And you've got to be careful with that, and you got to be responsible with it. So with AI, we're doing a lot of working in it, and then we're stopping and saying, we got to work on it.
Yep.
So why do you think I brought those up when we were talking about AI?
I think that AI, when you look at it and look at it in the framework of working on your business, I think it's an incredible partner when it comes to auditing yourself, auditing your workflows, questioning what you're doing and how you're doing it. like for us, right? Providing these systems, AI helping us provide these systems is allowing us to really take note of every department and how they're doing things, and how they can optimize it. And then optimizing it with AI then leads to new findings, for another round of working on it, right? As we're working in it with the systems in place. So, and it goes back to like when I'm building with AI and when I'm building these systems, it's one thing to build it, but I need to audit it constantly. I need to see where security is at. I need to see where data is at. Is the data even correct? Are these hallucinations and so on? So I think it's the same concept when it's a business, and instead of the systems that you're building, it's the operations and how are those being conducted and what is somebody's day-to-day looking like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they go hand in hand.
How many? I agree with you. How many pieces of technology have you worked with that the actual technology works on your business?
Well, not until now, really.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of things that I can point to and say, yeah, that really started to work on my business. And AI with auditing functions, whether they're simple, basic auditing functions or more complex.
I want to say cloud systems, maybe for the organization of your data, but like
it's not
but
thinking
it's
for
not
you.
thinking for you, and just putting everything in one place for you.
Yeah.
So no, not from AI. And since before AI, not really much.
Yeah. So I think that's why there's a direct correlation with in and on, because this is the first time that I can think of that a piece of technology is helping us do and practice finding, minding, and grinding and working in the business and on the business, right? So we have agents today, correct me if I'm wrong, John, but we have agents today running overnight, well, all day, but really.
Yeah. Here's a fun thing, right? So I get a daily text from our agent. I don't know if you can see that, but somewhere, right? I guess you can't. But literally just tells me our brain health is good.
You can show it there.
Right here. So it literally tells me that our brain health is good. You can go in and look at all the individual systems of our brain and of our systems and kind of auditing them themselves and seeing kind of where everything's at. So it's constantly working on itself. And I have systems in place for our AI agents, as well as just our automations, that if something breaks or something goes wrong, it self-repairs. So it's constantly working on itself. But it just provides you that ability to do that, because before, I mean, a lot of this would be happening silently.
Yeah.
Failing silently is like a huge issue with a lot of build outs. So we want it to fail loud, but we also want it to fix itself.
So when you're talking about working on the business, right? This is on the business, and then you're talking about working in the business. It's a different way of thinking. It really is a different way of thinking, because us as humans, you can get better at both and bouncing them back and forth, but we aren't AI with multiple agents. So we tend to stop doing this one so we can jump over and do this one, right? And then we stop working on it so that we can go back to working in it, right? Well, with the use of AI, and we were talking about this, how things used to be very linear. Well, I should use boxes and diamonds because that's usually what they use in some of the processes. But things used to be very linear. Workflows used to be very linear. But now when you bring in AI and you have someone like John, hey John, this is you.
Looks just like me.
Yeah. Well, hold on a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the glasses. Oh, okay. We're having too much fun here. All right.
Incredible.
So,
Incredible.
John now has agents, right? So we'll put, well, let me use what John uses, but correct me if I'm wrong. Are you still using 00?
001 and 002, yeah.
Yeah, so 001, 002, and so on.
They branch out to multiple agents, but that's the general systems in place.
Yep. So now you have, and for simple terms, let's just use X and Y and A and B, right? Well, John is now doing multiple tasks at once and multiple functions of looking at working in the business, but then having these agents, correct if I'm wrong, John, but some of these agents are literally just built to audit their own work or other agents' work.
Those automations, yeah, and they're kind of, yeah, pretty much.
So
Exactly that.
now you, as an individual, have multiple on and ins
Yes.
in an infinite amount.
Happening all day,
conceptually,
every day.
right?
Yeah.
All day, every day. So the use of technology with AI is now naturally causing things to speed up. And that's why you have a lot of companies that have a lot of growth, because there's constant improvement happening both with the individual and with the AI agents. Now, my favorite part of all of this, and we learned this with our last supply chain project, right? We're working on a supply chain project. What about all the crunching of working in the business and on the business out here, or finding, minding, oh my gosh, I am not spelling today, and grinding that these agents are doing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are some agents going out into the industry and finding new information, new tools, new suggestions?
It's definitely doing it for our operations level, like on the
Right.
new stuff, right? Tailwind, headwind, and watches.
Exactly.
Like we're definitely doing that. Is it doing it? So it's not necessarily automated. I do trigger it, but it is something I do every Monday where I go and I have it audit our systems and look for improvements.
Mm-hmm.
So it will tell me, hey, I'm gonna start saying random terms, but these are real terms, but to you, to everybody else, it might be random, but 235B is a little outdated. Might want to look at 325, or 35B is running a little slow here. Maybe you're going to improve it to this, or this new QE model
But
came
some of
out.
that is still minding,
Yeah.
right?
It
That's
is, yeah.
minding within the business.
It's mining it, but then it's going out and finding the replacement for it.
Very true.
And then
Yeah.
I'm going in, analyzing that and auditing it, and then grinding out the next version of it.
Exactly. Right. So, in other words, this is happening and this is happening. Now, how often?
Well, right now, it's happening constantly.
24/7.
It just depends on where
Right.
you're. Yeah.
Not before, when John used to wake up and then go to sleep. Right? Because then you call John and say, John, get back to work. We need to start grinding.
Exactly.
You know? So John now is building some of these out, and it's speeding up a lot of what we're doing. So again, here at Pillar Mindset, we're exploring ideas and concepts that are helping us grow our business. So these are two beautiful concepts. I've known these for decades, and this is what helped me move the trajectory of the company forward. I did everything I had to do in it, but then I found the time to work on it and start asking myself questions. And I think some of the most important questions, the one that we've been doing, is what do I need to stop doing first? Right? A lot of people say, what else can I do? What more can I do? What else can I do to improve the bit? No, first ask yourself, what can you stop doing first?
Question
Because
everything.
You question everything, and you question all your behaviors, because before you can add something new, you got to stop the old. So if you want to grow a company, ask yourself this question a lot. What do we need to stop doing in order to allow room for growth, right? So right after that, we talk a lot about this, but we look at, what am I doing that is repetitive? Oh my gosh, no spelling bee for me today.
You can do it.
I can't do it. That just looks weird to me. Repetitive tasks, right? So now when I'm in it and I'm stopping to work on it, I ask myself, what can I stop doing? And then what are the repetitive tasks that I'm doing, so that, what do you do with repetitive tasks, guys?
Automate it.
You automate it. So you ask yourself, how can I automate these tasks? Or how can I go find something in the industry? Because I used to think, oh my God, I have a great idea. And now I realize that everyone has thought of that idea already. So I go find other smart people much smarter than me, that have experienced my problems already. That's why I'm super big on mentorship. But that's another topic for another day. In some sense, Pillar Mindset is about mentorship. But I'm really big on this, because you can go ask people, hey, I'm having this problem. How did you figure it out? That's you finding it. Then they tell you, and you come back and you automate it. Right? So I'm just going to give you 3 simple tasks when you're working on your business. And let's keep it real simple. There's more. I would say there's about 6 of them that I really focus on. But the first one is, what can I stop doing? Then you ask yourself, what am I doing every single day, and how can I automate it or make it better? And then I would inject speed. How to go faster, right? How do I do this faster? And those are some really basic terms. Now, I would fill in some other ones, but I don't want to make this video too long because we've got to move on and talk about AI and why we brought that in. But these are some questions about when I stop and work on the business that I auto start asking myself, not automate, sorry, that was auto think about this. What do I stop doing? What are the repetitive tasks that I can get to an automated sense? And then where do I speed up what's working, right? So that's my on time. And if you don't work in it, like John said, you're not going to have a business. So a little bit of a funny map today, but this is why this is so important. And I wanted to explain what AI is doing in kind of caricature form, very high level. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what we're doing specifically with some of our AI tools. Not because this is RetroTech. If you really want to learn what we're doing with AI, go to our RetroTech channel. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram,
And X.
And X,
Yeah.
right? So RetroTech is where you can find out exactly what these tools look like, what they're doing, their functions, how we're building them, what software you're using, et cetera, right? What tools, what AI tools. What I want to drive today is that the point that I want to drive is we went out and found different AI tools and brought them back largely because of these two concepts. AI gives us the ability to have a partner or a buddy or whatever you want to call it that helps you work on it while you continue to work in it. And then it even works in it while you can work on it because you can automate things with AI. And it helps you find more information. It helps you mind the tasks that you're doing here today. And it even does some grinding on its own because it'll automate and do certain tasks for you. So that's a lot of conceptual, right? But that in itself is why we're talking about AI today. So that way we don't leave it super high level. John, what are some of the tasks that AI is doing for us that is grinding?
Grinding part. So let's see.
What about AI emails?
So we have automated crazy reports in a way that is digested easily by the end receiver. That goes from daily sales audits to deposits and cash overs, to news that could be affecting us, to anomalies that we're seeing, and even goes past that to give like our teams instant audits on statements for credit cards. Let's see, third-party delivery services and automating those reconciliations. So, man, I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about ways that, and we've talked a little bit about it, but what are how about that video? Did you ever look at that podcast that I shared with you? Was it called Moonblast? No, what was it? No, not Moonblast. I always say Moonblast because that's the store here.
I was about to be like, that's the game store I
Moonshot?
go to all the
Moonshot.
Moonshots.
Moonshot
Moonshot is
podcast?
Kiwi. Is that no? I don't think I've seen that one. I know Moonshot is a AI company, but
with Peter, Moonshots with Peter. I think that's what I'm talking about. So tracking the future of technology and how it impacts humanity. They had a guy on, I think we talked about this, the guy that was literally just building AI computers just to find the next big SaaS product.
Oh, yes. Yes, where you're just constantly building until you found a successful SaaS product from it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
right. So best way I can describe it is this guy literally built a company hierarchy out of agents and computers.
Yep.
And he started to, just like you would build out people, he started to build out roles and responsibilities within his AI computers or computers dedicated to AI. And a lot of these worked on other agents. So it literally worked as like a manager of other agents. And then the other agents would be cranking out the algorithms on a daily basis, and then other people, literally like CEO figures or an R&D team, were constantly looking for other ways to trial and error. Right, so that's a little short version. You can go check it out. I thought it was pretty insightful. Moonshot Podcast. It's not like my favorite cup of tea, but I did think that was very interesting.
Those projects are fun. Those are called
Yes.
harnesses. So something like OpenClaw or Hermes that allows you to harness multiple different agents and API keys or local models, and then literally give them names and purposes, feeding each of their soul.mds, and then they function together and audit each other. And it is very possible to do something like that. Haven't seen anything that actually like broke through and built some unicorn or anything like that. At least I haven't yet. But it's a very interesting concept to build something like that.
Yeah, it is very interesting. Obviously, you've worked with me long enough to know that I side on this, let's leverage AI to build more connectivity.
Oh, both of us,
I think
100%.
these guys are just in sometimes the best way possible, but they're just sickos that are just going to town and building out some really crazy stuff.
That's the hobbyist side.
Yeah,
is the way I see it. And I think one's going to break through at some point, but
yeah, absolutely.
It's not going to be the mass majority of things. I think there's like two sides of the coin, right? There's the people that ask, how can I find more efficiencies and how can I replace? And there's a side that's like, how can I empower and how can I push my team members to do what they're doing at a higher level, at 10x what they're doing now. And I think that a lot of people on one side of the coin, the people that are like, how can I replace, are now regretting it a lot.
Let's look at some of that data.
Yeah,
I love
we
that
have,
you brought that up.
Yeah, I have some here, and we're looking at like since 2023, we have like 71,000 jobs that have been lost, directly attributed to people firing to replace them with AI. A lot of those companies are now circling back around and being like, well, we messed up, and are noticing that AI isn't where they think it is, and it's not capable to do the things that really that humans are entirely. A good way to put this is Ford got rid of a lot of their engineering staff, mainly I think for auditing a lot of the kind of endpoint of their manufacturing line. And if I might butcher this a little bit, but they're now rehiring them, and because the humans had deep knowledge on what to look for that wasn't necessarily recorded into a system. That data point didn't exist other than in that person's brain. So there was a huge loss of, I guess not opportunity, but a huge loss of their audit system when they brought AIs in to take care of that. And that the little piece at the end was needed, and they noticed it heavily over the past few years. And they're starting to rehire a lot of those people. And that goes across the board, right? I have like Amazon, Microsoft, Salesforce, IBM, Duolingo, HP, Accenture, like all those people went through this process of replacing people for AI, but are now full circle going back around to then rehiring them because they noticed it's probably better to just give this AI to them as a tool to make them an even more productive human. And I think everybody from the bad side of the coin, which is what I'm going to call it, is going very rapidly towards the right side of the coin and starting to see this as a tool of empowerment versus a tool of replacement.
I think I'm having a serious conversation with some of those people that made those decisions if I'm running any of those companies. I mean, one, you overestimated or underestimated. I mean, you size it up wrong, right? And you impacted people's lives. And
Heavily.
Yeah,
heavily.
that's
I mean,
tough.
these are the numbers that we're seeing that are recorded based off of somebody saying literally that I'm replacing them for AI and publicly saying that.
And a lot of these are public companies that have to go report that, oh, we made a mistake, right?
There's a lot that is not recorded in here that those companies did not want to say that I replaced them because of AI. So I would put this in the hundreds of thousands easily, if not more.
That's super tragic, to be honest.
It's so tragic.
It's irresponsible, frankly, on how to adopt a tool, right? They found something, but they obviously didn't mind it well.
No, they found it and not mind it, and then straight to grinding without even thinking about it.
This is not to bash anybody or call people out. It's to drive the point and the emphasis of how you need to be responsible about some of this. We talked about this on RetroTech, but this is why conversations like this, data points like this, is why we go to FAR EDC and talk about AI and why we've adopted AI. and then we get bashed on the internet for using AI, right? That's a little tough. That's a little tough just because people don't stop to take the time to even understand what they're commenting on, whose page, etc. But we certainly don't land in that bucket. I think we're doing some revolutionary stuff with AI, and I think it's really cool. And I've seen nothing more, and I mean this honestly, John. I've seen more connection amongst our team and more energy in our company today than I ever have. And
I think they see problems differently.
yeah,
And this is the thing I've noticed the most over this. I mean, what have we've been doing the AI side, I mean, for a long time, but like heavy focus on it for what, like 3-4 months. So it's like, it's fairly new. But what I did see is this transition of like, I'm fearful over the system. Okay, now it's proven, and I get that it's garbage in, garbage out. So like, the better the data, the better the output. So now that I know this, I'm running into this problem. Can you help me fix it? Like, I know there's a solution somewhere. So instead of like, oh my gosh, I'm running into this problem, it's game over. It's now, it's like, okay, we have a problem. There's got to be a solution. So let's go talk about it. So I think that's a huge lift off of people's shoulders in general with AI, is that no problem's too big anymore, and no question is too small or too big to get an answer for. So I think empowerment is something you're seeing heavy across the board with our team, and I'm hoping a lot of people are seeing that in the industry as well. We're using it appropriately.
Absolutely, super awesome that you say that. It absolutely changes the way you think, no doubt.
Yeah.
It's very different. Did you see that? Yeah, I looked it up and it came up right away. Did you see when they asked? I'm bringing up Elon Musk because he owns Grok AI.
Yeah.
And
XAI.
XAI.
SpaceX
AI. Did you see the new logo? And
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
Or it was like it had what's his name from The Social Network, who's like, add the space.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So they just bought Cursor also.
Yes.
Right?
Well, they're in the process. Yeah.
Okay, so they're purchasing it. This is not a direct hit on AI, but I thought it was very fascinating. I don't know when this came out, but I searched what did Elon Musk say his biggest learning is. Did you see this?
No,
this
I haven't.
question?
Very
It was an
interested in the
interview.
answer.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, there's no way, right? But any guesses?
Well, from Elon, I don't know. Yeah.
Right? Wild card.
It's a wild card, yeah.
Elon Musk has stated that his biggest mistake and key learning in leadership is putting too much weight on someone's natural talent or intelligence and not enough on their personality and good heart.
Wow, that's a big shift for him.
Huge. So he has learned that it truly matters whether a person has a good heart, and that skills and intellect do not guarantee a successful team without the right character.
I just keep referencing this quote because it just means so much more now, because before it's a typical Spider-Man quote, right? It's just a superhero quote: with great power comes great responsibility. But you got to think about it in so much more context now, because we literally have a great power that is being spread like wildfire through humanity, and it comes down to responsibility. So that personality and that person, away from what their ability is something you need to look at. Honestly.
From the government, right? Yeah. Because they're having these same conversations, to the CEOs of these companies, to
Literally.
adopters and early adopters, to private companies like ours. We've got to be responsible about this stuff. And that's why I think, again, I go back to these concepts. Why did we think it's valuable to bring this into our company? Well, because it's a tool that can help us work on our business, and it can help us find, mind, and grind on a daily basis in an automated way. I mean, you're now taking something that grows the trajectory of the company. And most people think of growth like, oh, this AI company is $1 billion company. Well, that's $1 billion company because they amassed a product that is worth billions of dollars, right? That's not growing the existing company and leveraging AI to put it on a positive trajectory, right? We've talked a lot about Halo companies, heavy assets, low obsolescence, right? So we're heavily invested in real estate. We're heavily invested in people, in service businesses, etc. And we're leveraging AI to manage this stuff better and grow the company. So when you look at AI and its ability to do this with you and for you, it's pretty neat stuff. So anyways, speaking about AI, I think it's a good time to kill this fly.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, he's going mad, dude.
It's crazy.
I think
He loves the lights.
No, dude, it's a spy for sure. It's a spy.
Yeah, there.
Somebody sent it in. I know it.
Government camera.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's not going to be far until we. Is that a real fly or is that a spy fly? You know, it's crazy. Foodandpeople.ai. Go ahead and check it out. It tells you a little bit about us. It's primarily focused on restaurants. We're taking in. We have an intake form. Is the best way to describe it. We're working with select groups to custom build AI tools and resources for them. We're doing this here internally ourselves. You can check out RestroTech in how these things work. But here on Pillar Mindset, we're telling you why and how we adopted AI. You can go learn the technical stuff on RestroTech. I think it's important that as we guide ourselves through an evolving landscape like today, that we have the tough discussions. And I mentioned this at FAR, and I want to mention it again here. I think there's a lot of companies out there asking themselves right now, should I sell my company or should I adopt a lot of this new technology and these new skills? It's a pretty powerful question right now. It's also a pretty, actually I think it was Mark Cuban, right? That said the other quote that we looked at. What did Mark Cuban say about AI?
A lot recently, but
about rebuilding the company.
Oh yeah, he talked about ripping it apart and looking at every single department and building it back with new infrastructure. Which, was happening, I think, right around the time when we were in the midst of doing it, which was like validation in itself.
Here's a different quote. This one's exactly about learning it, building it, breaking it, rebuilding it, etc.
Yeah.
But there was a different quote about, I don't want to butcher it, but I mean, I'll say it, but I'm going to butcher it. And I think it was Mark Cuban, maybe it wasn't, because this one sounds similar. But the biggest question that you should be asking yourself right now is, are you going to completely rebuild your company today? Or are you gonna run that risk and rebuild it? Because it's really hard to do, especially in a live company where you have customers and team members and people that this impacts. Or are you gonna run the other risk of not rebuilding it and see how long you can compete for? Pretty tough stuff, John. Big questions today. I know we know our answers, and I feel blessed to be in the position that we're in. And I'm excited to share this on Pillar Mindset. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope to collab with you at foodandpeople.ai to learn more on how we can work together. Thank you all very much and have a great day.
This is the real talk on what's working, what's failing, and what it takes to win in the restaurant industry. Welcome to Pillar Mindset.